Cruise ship compensation systems. Depending on what country one comes from, along with what skill set one brings to the table, will determine what compensation package one will receive, starting with the captain of the ship. Captains of cruise ships are at the top of the food chain for the most part, especially when the ship is at sea. Captains have one of the most extraordinary responsibilities: keeping the ship afloat and keeping the passengers safe while enjoying their cruise on board. One must consider the invisible crew next to the captain's compensation package, crew members that the public rarely sees on the ship unless a function requires formal attire. That would be the crew members that maintain the performance and maintenance of the engines and related workings of the ship. These two departments have a symbiotic relationship, relying on each other for the safety of the cruise ship, the passengers, and the rest of the crew on board. One analogy would be to think of a cruise ship as a floating hotel with a self-contained city on board, with food, shops, entertainment, and a friendly environment for relaxation and enjoyment. Cruise ship. Captain compensation package. Cruise ship captains are highly trained professionals with skill sets that only come with training and experience. Captains of the ship are the overlords of the entire crew on board the vessel. The compensation package for the captain of a cruise ship would be on the higher end of the pay scale. The average is approximately $93,000 annually. Captains of cruise ships receive the best compensation compared to other positions on the ship. Besides the base pay, captains are allowed to receive gratuities, along with a performance bonus, housing and meals, retirement and health benefits, travel benefits with access to cruise for free with their family on other cruise ships within the company's fleet, uniforms and paid for, access to all facilities on board the vessel, whether they be for the crew or the passenger, recognition, and awards. Please note that not all cruise lines offer the same compensation packages. Cruise ship compensation overview. Without going into as much detail as stated above regarding the captain's compensation package, one can surmise that the next in line could be the personnel who work in the engine room. Even though working in the engine room may not be as glamorous as the captain's position, the experience level required to do such a job, and being in concert with the captain's orders, must also command an excellent compensation package. From those two vantage points, the captain and the engine room position, the rest of the employees on the ship fall under the status of the captain and engine room chiefs. The ship's cruise director also has a high salary, depending on the company. Under those positions fall the rest of the crew, which includes the Human Resources Department, which handles the onboarding process and crew training, along with security officers. The passengers' exclusive chefs and the cooks for the crew eat in a separate dining area. Also, doctors, nurses, cleaners, shop managers, and entertainers have various compensation packages. Cruise ships entertainers. Compensation package, having lived and worked on board cruise ships while visiting over 100 countries, being part of the compensation schemes on board ships for approximately 6 years. There are various levels of compensation within the entertainment department. There is the headliner position, the lounge position, and the house band position that play in the showroom and other venues around the ship. Depending on what country the entertainers come from, will determine the base salary. American culture is at the forefront of the entertainment industry. Americans usually receive higher base pay and a more inclusive compensation package. An entertainer, having had the honor to work in 2 categories with different contracts and at different times on cruise ships, one as a lounge singer/pianist, and the other as a headliner in the main showroom. Sometimes an entertainer can have both positions in the same contract,